Welcome to our August webinar. My name is Roman Novoa. I'm with Leaves Digital Marketing. My co-host for today is Mr. Julio Gonzalez from VCTO. How are you, Julio?
I'm doing great. How are you, Roman?
I'm doing phenomenal. At BizPath, we are committed to bringing high-quality speakers so you can continue your business journey with top information in different areas. Please feel free to like, share, and comment. Very important, subscribe. Help us go from 11 followers to 20. We count on you. Our next September speaker has confirmed, and we are preparing a great webinar about sales. Hey, we all need to sell more, don't we, Julio?
Absolutely. That's what makes us business people.
We need it. We need it. Additionally, we are continuing to work on a speed networking event for October, and our main event is scheduled for February, March 2026. Stay tuned for details. Today, we are honored to have Federico Corella join us. Federico is a retail strategy leader with over 18 years of experience in business transformation. His background spans program management, product strategy, supply chain, and more. He is a leader in the e-commerce sector, and we are grateful to have him with us, sharing his vision and experience. How are you, Federico?
I'm good, Roman. Thank you very much to you and to Julio for inviting me to this great series of webinars.
You are welcome. So let's get to it, Federico. Tell us about you, please.
Well, a little bit about me, Roman. I am originally from Costa Rica. My wife is Mexican, and I have a 10-year old girl. And most of my corporate experience comes from three big companies: Procter and Gamble, Walmart, and Amazon. I love to travel. I love food. I love mountain biking. And my company is 8 Summits Retail Consulting. And we will be talking a little bit more about what we do throughout this webinar. But once more, it's great to be here.
Thank you.
All
Thank you
right.
so much. So, Julio.
So, to kick us off, one of the things I think that a lot of people are confused about is the difference between retail and e commerce. Can you tell us, from your perspective, what that difference is?
That's a great question, Julio. Well, first of all, retail is when you sell goods and services to end consumers. So actually to the people that will use the product. That's retail. Retail has many channels. So for example, Walmart, it's brick and mortar. You go to a physical shop, you buy your groceries, you eat them. There's another type of retail called wholesale. So, for example, this is Sam's Club, Costco, where you buy in bulk. And if you notice, when you buy in bulk, you are usually going to resell that in your own little store, or it's usually for resellers and bulk quantities. A third channel, a very important channel, is e-commerce. So actually, e-commerce is one of the channels of retail. It's like a subsection that goes below retail. So as you see, they go hand in hand.
And is it easy to go between channels? If I were to start a business on a street corner, should I go both online e-commerce and retail? What do you recommend to your customers?
So that's also a great question. And most of my customers, the journey that my clients follow is usually they have a physical store, let's say a boutique, and when their business becomes successful, they decide to go online. But lately, I've had experience with a couple of clients that went the other way. We actually opened Amazon stores for them, and they were so successful with their products that they decided to then open a brick and mortar store. So I would say both ways really work.
Federico, when starting an e-commerce, what can we as a business people expect from opening an e-commerce?
So I would have to say that when people open an online store, and most people that come to me for my services, they have seen a lot of social media. And if you go on social media, you will see thousands of videos of people telling you that you only have to work 3 hours a week and that you will have a store, an Amazon store, a Walmart.com store, a Shopify store that gives you $100,000 a month. And well, I'm sure you've seen those videos, and probably the people watching us right now have seen them. I can tell you right away that's not true. If it was that easy, everyone would be a millionaire by now. So, first misconception I feel that some people have when going into the online world is that it requires a few hours a week and that you will be making huge amounts of money with very little effort. I can tell everyone hearing us right now and watching us that having an online store, no matter your platform or even if it's your own website, it takes three things: time, because to have a proper store delivering good sales and good profits takes time. It also takes perseverance. There will be challenges. There will be challenges with supply chain, with quality, listings, conversion, marketing. It's a challenging process, but it's definitely worthwhile. And also it requires discipline, because some of the tasks behind having an online store, like checking your inventories, making sure our orders are shipped on time, responding to customer messages, it takes time. And some of those tasks are not really very exciting, but I believe that those three things, time, perseverance, and discipline, are really the key things behind opening an online store, no matter the platform.
Wow, that's a great answer.
So, Federico, Amazon is considered probably the biggest online retailer. There's been a lot of news recently about Walmart challenging them and their new approach to push their e-commerce. What can you tell us about Amazon and Walmart and how these organizations work and how we can be successful selling on those platforms?
Okay, so a little bit about Amazon. Amazon is the biggest marketplace in the US right now. What do I mean by marketplace? And some people don't know this, but let's say when you buy a case for your iPhone from Amazon, some people believe that they are actually purchasing that from Amazon, but they are in reality 3 out of 4 times purchasing that from a seller. So very different to, for example, Walmart, that Walmart buys things from vendors, let's say P&G. They buy a pallet of shampoo for a certain price, mark it up, and resell it. Amazon also does that, but they open their marketplace to sellers, which are people like Julio, like Roman, like Federico, like Maria, that want to sell different products in their platform. That's a marketplace. And I can tell you that some years ago, Amazon saw the big potential in sellers, up to a point that right now, Julio, out of the total Amazon sales in a year, around 40% comes from Amazon sales, so things that Amazon bought and resold, and then 60% comes from sellers. So this is a big shift, and every year we see the seller percentage number go up. I expect next year it will probably be around 65% and even more. And really for Amazon, Amazon doesn't care if it's Amazon selling or the sellers selling. The mission and the vision that Amazon has is to have any product in any category. They don't really mind if it's Julio selling or Amazon selling. They just want the customers to have the best assortment online for customers. Some other things about Amazon is that Amazon has over 10 million, here it is, 10 million sellers.
Wow.
And out of those 10 million, around 1.9 million are active right now. That means that they are constantly receiving revenue from their sales.
That is only US or worldwide?
Great question, Roman. That is worldwide. The 1.9 million is worldwide. In the US, we have 1.1 million active sellers. And some more interesting data points, and I think that's the reason why most of my clients come to me asking for help with their Amazon stores, is that these sellers are selling 7,500 products per minute. Per minute.
Wow.
Amazing. I'm amazed with Amazon. You know, the fact that you purchase something at 11 and at 3, 4 o'clock you have it at your door is amazing.
That reminds me, my order has not arrived yet. It should be here anytime soon. We do have a great question here since we're talking about Amazon. I'm going to pop that on the screen. So GOC wants to know, can you talk about affiliate programs and can I really make money?
Okay, that's a great question, Gio. A little bit about affiliate programs. So an example of an affiliate program for the rest of the audience, in case they don't know what they are, is when, let's say I have a blog. I have a blog and I talk about running. And I recommend that the best running sneakers for rainy days are, I don't know, the Nike waterproof swoosh. The affiliate program is a program in which in my blog, I put a link in there saying, okay, based on my experience, these are the best running shoes in the rain. And I put that link in my blog. Anytime someone clicks in there, it takes them to Amazon, and the person that posted that link in their blog gets money back. So each time someone clicks in their link and then that person buys from Amazon, they get like a commission from that sale. That's affiliate program. And yes, second question, can I really make money? Yes, you can. If you have two things, a good product, because there are hundreds of thousands of products in Amazon, and you can also make money if you have a good following. Because obviously, if my blog, my social media, I only have 10 followers, then probably even if those 10 followers click on the link, the affiliate program will not bring in as much money as you could. But if you have a blog with a big following or a big social media following, that's where I've seen huge success in affiliate programs.
That's funny that you mentioned that. Going back a couple of questions, back in time, you were saying that if it were easy, people were millionaires, you know, when they listen and believe all the stories on social media about becoming a millionaire without doing nothing. It's exactly the same with these people that join the affiliate programs. They really need to work. They really need to create content. They really need to be out there. Sometimes pushing the content with marketing. I mean, it's not that easy. It's not like, okay, now I have a link. Okay, who's gonna read your blog? Who's following your Instagram account? So for the people that is watching this, they want to know a bit more about e-commerce and stuff. Remember what Federico says: you need to invest money, time, patience. It's amazing. Federico, besides Amazon and Walmart, what other platform do you recommend for selling goods?
So I really like Etsy. So for people that love like to make handmade things, like artisans or sell vintage products, Etsy is a great platform. Some of my clients actually like to do crochet, and they do these wonderful pieces of clothing, hats. As you know, crochet is very trendy right now. Everyone is doing crochet or wearing something made out of a crochet. Even my daughter, 10 years old, is starting to learn how to crochet so she can make her own hats. And well, you never know, maybe a small business on Etsy. So I really like Etsy if you have, once more, handmade, artisan, or vintage products. We discussed very briefly Walmart.com, but I usually recommend to my clients Walmart.com when it comes to groceries. Even though the first thing that comes to mind with most people when we talk about e-commerce is Amazon, Walmart.com is growing. They have fewer sellers right now, but they have very good programs to try to get more sellers on board. And I would not say this is a platform, but this is another online, let's call it, resource that I really like, is Shopify. Shopify is not a marketplace like the others. With Shopify, you actually create your own web page for your store. I also have many clients that come to me for support with Shopify, with setting up and launching Shopify stores. So with Shopify, what's different is that you are not part of a marketplace. So to get traffic to your store, you will need marketing, some sort of marketing, either on Meta or Google Ads, but you need traffic so people discover your store. But it gives you the benefit that you can play a lot more with your brand. So when you want to express like the personality of your brand, your values, to have much more like creative control over your brand and your webpage, Shopify is a great option for sure.
We've got a couple more questions here from Jasmine, and I'm not sure if I can pop both up, so I'm going to try. So that's the first one. We'll go back to the first one. So they're both related to Etsy. So I have an Etsy store. How do I get on Amazon or Walmart? And I'll give you the second one since it's related. Since I'm already on Etsy, does it make sense to start a TikTok shop? So apparently Jasmine's got options of Amazon, Walmart, and TikTok. So what can you recommend for her?
So, and these are great questions. Most of my clients, when they start scaling up their business, they actually not only sell on Amazon, then they open a Walmart.com store. Or some of them have a successful Etsy store, then we open an Amazon store. So once more, these are different channels within e-commerce. So I truly believe it's a great strategy. If your store is already successful, let's say on Etsy, to open one on Amazon or one on Walmart.com. The more income streams you have, the better. Etsy is a great platform. You already have good listings. You already have traffic that comes with Etsy. I think that for someone that already has an Etsy store, opening an Amazon store should not be that hard. Both platforms rely on traffic, on searches in the web page for traffic. So really, well, I cannot go through all these steps to set up an Amazon store or a Walmart.com store here. I would be happy to help anyone. My information will be shared at the end of the webinar. But I truly believe if you already have an Etsy store, you have a good base and a good understanding of e-commerce, listings, conversions, ranking, that I believe opening an Amazon store for you should be easy. Or even a Walmart.com store. If it was my store, after Etsy, I would do Amazon. And then Etsy and TikTok. I believe those two go hand in hand perfectly. If you're a person that likes to be in front of the camera, are very creative, and are open to post constantly, because that's the thing with TikTok. to really drive sales with TikTok and with TikTok shops, even if you connect your store to Etsy, I'm aware there's a very easy integration between both. To really drive sales from TikTok, you have to constantly be creating content, making engaging, interesting videos. I would say every single day, and 3 or 5 a day. So they go hand in hand very well. But once more, if you are open to be on the camera and you are open to continuously create content.
Yeah, and that takes time, and time is money, and you have to consider all that.
So, Jasmine, you have options, but you have work to do.
Yeah, you have work to do. I wonder what type of product that Jasmine sells. So if she can share that with us, that would be amazing. Federico,
I will ask her on the chat.
yes, please. What financial considerations should we need to take when thinking about having multiple channels, multiple stores, Walmart, Etsy? I mean, is as easy as it sounds, or is like in the real retail world that opening another store requires, requires an investment?
So I would say that if your product, if you are, well, that depends on the product really, Roman. So if you are selling a product in a very competitive category, let's say coffee, ground coffee, for sure you will have to do well, you know about marketing, but a considerable investment at first in marketing, because you are competing against $1,000 coffee brands. And at first, when you just create your listing, let's say on Amazon, you will probably be, I don't know, coffee brand number 2000 in the ranking. So if you go into a very competitive category, definitely you have to consider a budget for marketing. I would say that. If you are selling a product that it's like just a new product, it's just beginning to trend, not many people are selling it, probably when you create your listing, you will be on page 1 or 2 of Amazon, Walmart.com with no marketing, because there are so few of you selling that product right now. So I think that if you have the most original product, maybe you can consider a smaller marketing budget, or even don't need a marketing budget at first. But, and this is the truth about selling online too, you need to have a great product and like a very trending product that basically you are creating that trend to really escape some sort of budget for marketing.
Federico, you talked about your social media posting and you have to be very regular. Is that how you recommend that sellers build trust and brand loyalty? Or what can you tell us about that? Because I want to make sure that I buy from a reputable seller. So how do you suggest to your customers that they convey that they are that right seller?
Okay, great question, Julio. So first thing is that no matter the platform, to convey trust, you have to have accurate listings. There's nothing worse than reading the description of a product, seeing the picture that I mentioned, you buy it online, and when it gets home, it's not what you bought. It's a different color, it's larger, the colors do not look the same. I cannot emphasize this enough. Accurate listings are a must. Even before going into SEO and all of the other things, which are very important too, accurate listings. That will not only build trust, it will also help you to be more discoverable when people search for your product online. So trust, number 1, accurate listings. Then another one, very important for me, the customer has to have a perfect customer experience. What do I mean by this? if I buy a product and I'm expecting it in 5 days, it should get to my house in 5 days. If it doesn't get there in 5 days, I expect the seller to let me know that it's delayed. So constant communication with your customers is very key. So once more, keep your shipping promise. Make sure that if you are doing the shipping yourself, make sure to ship according to the guidelines in your e-commerce platform. Let's say Amazon makes it very easy. Or even if you are not shipping yourself, if you are using a service like Amazon FBA, well, they will take care of all of this for you. But shipping is very important. Also, in the online world, as your business starts scaling, customers will start asking questions. Hey, are these shoes waterproof? Hey, can I don't know, mix these vitamins with orange juice? Those sort of questions, answer them quickly. It's very important, not only for your customers, but the platforms are always looking to see which sellers are active with their customers, really. And well, as we discussed, leveraging social media, definitely that builds trust too. But very important with social media, not everything we see in social media is true. So out of all the social media, the part that I recommend the most to my clients is to focus on testimonials from people that have used their product. Because even if you go on Amazon and you see 5-star reviews and everything is good, the video testimonials have a big power. And really on video testimonials, you can see someone using it, someone telling us about their experience, what they like, why they did not like. So video testimonials, which are part of a bigger marketing area called user-generated content, that's very big. So leverage user-generated content and testimonials.
Yeah. I take what you said before. Don't believe everything that you see on social media.
You can't, no.
I mean, it's amazing. I have a short story. I started going to the gym like a year ago, and my grandson, he trains me remotely from Santiago de Chile. So I sent him a video that I watch on social media, and then he says, "Hey, Padrino, stop looking at that. I mean, focus on what I say, and keep doing what you're doing, and stop watching this because it's like pornography. I mean, it's so evil." So I'm glad that you brought that to the table, Federico, because it's important that people understand that they cannot trust social media completely. Julio.
Roman, we have another question here from Jasmine, so why don't you take this one?
Yes. Jasmine Perez asks, my product is customizable. I can embroider names. What is the best platform for these products?
Etsy,
Etsy, right?
For sure, yes. For everything customizable, Etsy customers are more open to pay higher prices for this type of work and for this type of product than other platforms. So Etsy is the platform I would recommend.
And Federico, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that Etsy has a culture of people surrounding the platform. They're they're similar about the products that the people can find there. So it's like a unique platform. It's like a social platform as well, right?
You are right, Roman. It's actually a great community. Most sellers on Etsy are very proud because given they make the product themselves, most of them are handmade. They are a very proud community of all the effort and the creative thinking that goes into that great product that Etsy sellers manufacture themselves. So I agree with you. Etsy is a very tight community, and my clients that sell on Etsy love it. Most of them, when I recommend to move to a different platform after they've scaled their store, they are usually happy with Etsy and the community, and that's one of the things that they actually think twice before deciding to launch a second store.
This question is more from a consumer perspective, more so than an e-commerce seller. But and the tariffs are changing many things. But these websites like Temu, Shine, and Alibaba, what can you tell us about those in comparison to Amazon and Walmart?
So, well, Temu is well, it was growing a lot before the tariffs here in the US. It's cheap, and they have the advantage that they have obviously a direct relationship with the suppliers back in China. Temu is a Chinese company. They are actually right now, Julio, looking for sellers. I've noticed a very aggressive campaign looking for sellers outside of China. And Temu right now wants to change that perception that they only sell Chinese things. They are actually looking for sellers in the US, in Latin America, in Europe. They are setting up business development teams to try to compete really with bigger marketplaces like Amazon. So it's interesting what they are trying to do. I'm definitely looking forward to see how successful they will be in really getting sellers from other countries outside of China. But I believe Temu has a big advantage in that thanks to their supply chain and their structure, they can sell for very, very cheap, super discounted prices. Even now with the tariffs, I've seen an increase in their prices, but once more, given they manage the relationship with the suppliers, even if the tariffs are high, they purchase enough volume from these manufacturers in China that they can even leverage and negotiate lower prices from the manufacturer. So, but well, tariffs have been impacting everyone: Temu, Walmart, Amazon, on different scales. But tariffs have been a headache for a lot of the sellers right now.
And to kind of round off the tariff conversation, I saw that I'm not sure if it's DHL, but they're going to stop shipping from Europe because they don't know who is supposed to be collecting the tariffs. What are your customers seeing? What are you advising them around handling and payment of tariffs?
So I actually do have many clients with Shopify stores that import from China. They are smaller, obviously, than Walmart, and these tariffs, they have to pay them, and they don't have enough volume to really negotiate smaller prices from the manufacturer. So what I'm telling my sellers that sell from China is to, well, as you've seen, tariffs have been a roller coaster, and in the case of China, they go up, they go down, they go up. Just yesterday, I saw that in the case of India, they are going to go up to 50%. But in the case of China, my recommendation is that when tariffs are down, to bring inventory to the US. So they have the inventory here before the tariffs spike again. And that's what we've been doing with some of my clients. So even when the tariffs were originally announced in early February, March, I immediately told my clients that sell things from China, stock up on inventory right now. And well, that strategy has helped them to remain profitable. But well, we will see. If tariffs keep spiking, I'm sure this will have a bigger impact on sellers and on basically anyone that sells things from China.
Amazing.
Roman, you got a question for us?
Yes. We've been talking about selling goods, right? Amazon, Walmart. But what about services? Is there any channel or platform that you recommend for selling services?
For selling services, two good platforms I've seen are Fiverr and Upwork.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping you will give me a different one. Come on, Federico.
I actually really recommend Fiverr. I once needed a very complex design for a product to launch a Shopify page, and I actually got a great designer from Pakistan thanks to Fiverr. So I know they are two of the most popular out there, but there's a reason why they are out there. They have good prices. Once more, they have good reviews, which are very important. And I sometimes I've even seen some user-generated content, going back to the importance of that, of people saying, I don't know, this designer is great, or this marketing agency in Thailand really helped me. So when you see real people telling about their experience, in this case, with the services, that really gained my trust, and I've had great experiences with them. So I truly
Julio,
believe.
have you tried Fiverr or Upwork, Julio?
I've done several projects on Fiverr. My signature on my email was designed on Fiverr. I had them do a logo or two. Um, there's an automation platform called UiPath, which is pretty complex. So I found a UiPath developer, and for I think it was like $70, they were able to give me this automation that did a lot of data entry for me, saved me a ton of time. And that one was interesting because I didn't have an account with UiPath, and they told me where to go sign up for the free version, how to install the project that they did for me. They gave me all of the instructions, so it was more than just the work that they did. It was a complete how-to, and it's truly very low cost for the things that you need to get done. It's been a very worthwhile platform for me, and I recommend it a lot.
Yeah, I recommend it to. I hired somebody from Nigeria like a couple of months ago. We had an issue with one automation. We were using NAN to do automation for Go High Level, and we got stuck. And then this guy, really nice guy, we became friends. We say hello from time to time on WhatsApp.
Yeah, it's good. And I believe those platforms are great because you get to work with people from all over the world. And especially if you have tight deadlines, given they are on the other side of the world, you send a request today, and if you need it by tomorrow morning, some of these countries, it's already daytime for them. So they can just quickly jump on a call or make the changes, and it's done when you need it. So
Wonderful.
Roman,
Julio?
next question is yours.
Next question is mine. So, no, actually, I made my last question, Julio.
Oh, okay. So we have about 20 minutes left. I don't know that we have any questions. So Federico, kind of free reign for you. What do you want to tell our viewers? That they should be considering, they should be planning for. Think about it from the perspective of I want to set up a shop. In any one of these platforms. What do you tell somebody that wants to get started?
okay, and that's a great question, Julio. And I can easily talk more than 20 minutes just answering that one. But if anyone on the webinar wants to ask a question while I'm talking, feel free. I have some pieces of advice that I believe will help you no matter which platform you decide to sell on. Or even if you want to sell on your own website, this advice is the same no matter the platform or your website. So first of all, if you want to start in the online world, try to think of a product that you are passionate about. When you are thinking about what niche to choose, health and wellness, beauty, fitness, really you have to feel passion for that area. Yes, I know that some resellers are very successful. What do I mean by resellers? People that go to Costco, buy a pallet of coffee cake, and then resell them on Amazon or Walmart.com. Do they make money? Yes. Yes, they make money, but they are constantly changing their product. So one month they are selling coffee cakes, the next month they are selling sneakers. So some people really enjoy that, but I usually recommend that when you sell something that you try to create your own brand. Why create your own brand? Because your own brand will give you higher profits, higher margins than when you sell or resell things. So passion is very important. And even if you resell things, you have to be passionate about whatever you are selling. Coming back to the example of selling running shoes. If you are selling running shoes on Amazon and we scale up your business, you come to me, hey, I want to sell 30% more. We make it happen. When you scale your business, once more, customers will start interacting with you. They will start asking questions on Amazon, and you will see their comments. You have seen them probably when you purchase a product. There are some questions, and those are written by real customers. So if I sell sneakers just because they have a good margin, but I know nothing about running, when people start asking me, oh, can I use this for trail running? And I have no idea, trust me, you can ask ChatGPT, but your customers will know. A real runner will know. And that will impact the loyalty that that person will have for your brand and to do repeated purchase. So my biggest advice is try to sell something you are passionate about or that isn't interesting to you.
Federico, I got a question for you, real quick. In the regular world, people goes to Google reviews to check on the reputation of regular stores. Okay. In the Amazon and Walmart store, do they rely also on Google reviews, or is more like an internal review system?
No, reviews are very important. That's also one of the pieces of advice I was going to tell you later, but reviews are very important, Roman. Most of us go on Amazon, Walmart, Google to really check reviews. So those stars, 4.5 stars, 5 stars, they definitely matter. So make sure that you have reviews, especially when you are starting. You pay a little bit of marketing, let's say on Amazon, pay-per-click. You are top 4 sponsored in the top part of the ranking because you paid for it. People will start clicking and buying your product. The sooner you start getting reviews, the sooner you can depend a little less on paid marketing and a little more on organic marketing. So reviews, no matter the platform, are very important. Just a couple of things on reviews. No-nos. Never delete a review. Even if a customer puts you 2 stars, 1 star, a super tough review, don't delete that. Platforms like Walmart.com and Amazon actually put the reviews there. So people really start trusting not only the seller, but Amazon itself. This is the reputation of Amazon. So if you delete reviews just to make your product look super good, Amazon will definitely penalize you. You will get a warning, and if you do it again, they could even shut down your store. So when you start getting reviews, leave the 5 stars, leave the 4 stars, and if you get a 2 star, leave it. But usually those customers that leave a 2 star review will also put a comment in there. Please always reply to those feedbacks, even if it's not the most positive feedback. Once more, to build trust with your customers, you have to reply to the good things and also the not so good things. So, but don't delete reviews. And I know some people have done it, and well, Amazon has definitely warned them or even shut down their stores for that.
Since we're talking reviews, I've seen this more so on books. but reviews that you can tell aren't legitimate, let's call them, or the author asked for the review. Is there any way that Amazon polices those, or do they just get through?
No, actually, Julio, Amazon definitely does police that. Some of the products on Amazon sometimes have reviews made by bots and by AI. So Amazon has been investing, especially this past couple of years, heavily on AIs to track down reviews that are written by bots or by other AIs. And I know from some of my contacts and people I work with on Amazon that Amazon is getting stricter every time, and some accounts have been warned and even closed for people selling products with fake reviews. So no, with AI, trust me, Amazon, and I'm pretty sure any platform out there right now is heavily investing on ways to prevent AI from giving fake reviews.
And we have an interesting question from Carlos. I'm going to pop that up. What does Amazon do with all the products that are returned?
Okay, I imagine Carlos is talking about FBA. So FBA is when you send all your inventory to Amazon and they do the fulfillment and shipping for you. When Amazon receives a returned product, let's say a computer, if that computer was sold by a seller, they usually notify the seller and then return the item to the seller. But if that computer was sold by Amazon, let's say Amazon purchased the computer from Lenovo, and then when you buy it, it's Amazon selling, not a seller. When you return that computer, Amazon will probably check it again, refurbish it, and if it's in a good condition, sell it again. Not for the full price, obviously, for a discounted price. But any product that is returned to Amazon, sold by Amazon, they usually refurbish it and resell it for a lower price. Actually, there's a section in Amazon, it's very hidden, but there's a section in Amazon in which you can check all these refurbished items, and they do have some crazy discounts in there. So it's worth to check it.
I'll have to look for that.
Federico, it came to my impression that last time that I went to Costa Rica, I know that you are Costa Rican, I see so many stores selling Amazon returns, like a big pallets, at a huge discount. And people are buying from these warehouses and reselling those products in Mercado Libre, which I had a question about Mercado Libre for you, and other Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that. So can you tell me the logistic about that? I mean, have you heard about it?
Yes, I've heard, and it's not actually only done in Costa Rica. Due to laws here in the US, it's a little harder to just buy let's say, a big shipment of refurbished items from Amazon and resell them here within the US. But when you buy that inventory and move it out of the US, obviously paying taxes and with all the financial due diligence, I've heard that some people are making a lot of money with that process. To make it work, you obviously have to get a big shipment of refurbished items, but they work perfectly. I myself I did buy a refurbished laptop once, worked perfectly, and I got it for 20% less. So they are good products. It helps a lot. And there is no regulation, Roman, against selling on Mercado Libre. Once more, let's say I know of some sellers that they actually buy from Walmart, let's say 10 boxes of cookies, and then resell them on Amazon for a markup, If people buy it, it's okay. That's not illegal. You can buy from a platform and resell it on the other, no matter if it's the US or a different country. So
I met a guy buying from eBay and reselling on Amazon. That's very common.
It is very common, and it's legal. So that works.
So Federico, why don't you bring us home? What closing comments do you have for our viewers?
So for our viewers, definitely the online world is worth it. Once more, focus on something that you are passionate about. If you already have an online store, a big piece of advice is nobody likes a static store. Amazon doesn't like a static store. Customers don't like a static store. What do I mean by this? If you sell shoes, it's not like you do all the effort in the beginning and you sell 20 pairs of different shoes and you leave it like that for years and the money will come. It's not like that. Every month, change your catalog, update your offerings. Trust me, customers do notice. Amazon does notice. And Amazon will always put you higher in the organic ranking if your store engages with your customer, if you constantly add new assortment. If you have an Amazon store, and I focus a lot on Amazon because that's what most people are asking for right now, my services in regards to Amazon, there's this thing called A+ content. So if you're a brand owner, please leverage that. A+ content lets you not only add more pictures, but it also lets you add videos, and the whole layout of your detail page is different. So it lets you tell the story of your brand, your values. If your main focus is for a family or an ecological cause or a social cause, A+ content is a great way to increase your sales because once more, your page will look more trustworthy. And if you are not selling already and you want to start selling online, choose the right platform. I know right now most people are looking for Amazon, but there are good platforms out there. So depending on what you are selling, good services, what type of goods, what type of services, choose the right platform because I've seen some cases in which the person does not start with the right platform for their type of product, and they basically, it's a big investment in time and money that then they will have to redo in the right platform.
And to follow up on the A+ content, I've been to vendor specific stores on Amazon, but sometimes when I search that I'm scrolling through, you'll see like a big block and maybe there's some images or a video. Is that part of that A+ content?
That is exactly A+ content. So anytime you see those videos, those large images across the screen, that's A+ content.
Yeah, because those definitely stand out. You're searching for whatever, and all of a sudden there's this big section, and beautiful ad, and it's like, why did they get on there?
Yep. And once more, resellers do make money. If you start reselling things on Amazon, I'm sure you will make money. But if you start building a brand in the long run, that's way more profitable. So I always recommend my clients, if they can and have the possibility to have their own brand, a private brand, that's the best way to go.
So I think you and I are going to have a conversation around affiliate marketing because I've been holding off for a while, and seems there's an opportunity there, maybe for some passive income. And
sure.
Federico,
what do you plan to sell? Crochet?
No, I don't crochet, and definitely not anything related to plants because I kill everything that I plant. Maybe some business books and things like that, business related items. So Federico, where can our viewers and listeners find you?
Okay, So once more, my company is 8 Summits Retail Consulting, and you can find me at www.8summits.com. 8, the number 8, summits with 2 M's. And if you want to contact me, you can also write to my email, info at 8summits.net.
And we'll make sure to put that in the comments when we post the video on YouTube and other channels. Federico, thank you so much for joining us today. You gave our viewers some great information. Hopefully, they will take you on reaching out for some assistance. It definitely sounds like Jasmine has some opportunities that she can leverage. So Jasmine, like I said earlier, you've got some work to do. So get to it. Call Federico. Roman, thank you so much for co-hosting with me.
Thank you, Julio. Federico called me. I had a referral for you.
It's
not me. It's not me. I'm not going to be selling books as Julio.
Great, Roman. No, Julio, Roman, thanks again for inviting me to this great series of webinars. And to all the viewers, if you have any questions or comments, let me know. I'm always happy to help. So if you need some quick advice, or your store is stuck, you have blocked inventory, you need to improve profits, or the FBA fees are getting out of hand, I'm always happy to help. So
thank you for that, Federico. So our next webinar next month will be on Wednesday instead of Thursday. So Wednesday, the 24th. And we kind of tied these two guests together because Federico's here talking about retail and e-commerce. And our next guest, Dan Lubbock, is going to be talking about sales. So broadly sales. So you're going to get the ability to now take what you've learned from Federico and build that into a sales plan for your business. So it'll be, again, Wednesday, September 24th, same time, 7 p.m. You can find it at bizpath.us. You can find it on Eventbrite. If you are on our distribution list, you'll get that sent to you. But you could always put your info in the comments and we'll pick that up and include you on the mail list. So thank you again to all. Thank you for great questions from our viewers. And we will see you all next month. Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Federico. Julio, thank you so much.